The bells ringing are general signals type 2 electronic bells. Yeah, can you actually hear it? That it actually does. Can you actually hear how it does not sound mechanical, like a mechanical bell?
I don't know.
When the gate lowers up, you can hear it very well. You can hear it that it won't ring out, because essentially what an electronic bell is basically a speaker with a tone. Is basically a re-entrant speaker with a tone generating circuit board. Inside a very fancy casing. Like you see above that crossbuck, you can see there's the bell right there. You can see there's there's holes with the cage. Can you see that really well?
Wait, where?
On that particular signal.
Where?
On the top of the signal behind the crossbuck. You can see there's a cap there. That's the cap of the electronic bell.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually, in fact, it's not made out of metal. It's actually the body's made out of PVC. There's another one right there. See it right there? On the top of that left one.
Oh. PVC would hold up very well under all weather conditions.
True. Much like how steel would, that is galvanized, or if it's stainless steel, because regular carbon steel actually does tend to get rusty, and in rust is pretty much a form of corrosion.
It is corrosion. You can see rust on that thing by the bar.
Yeah. Even on the wheels, too, you can see there's a lot of corrosion going on there.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, it's been a while since I've done a rail fanning video. Yeah. I wonder how my dad would react to this. He would just take a different route.
Yeah,
the same thing goes with the school buses, because they don't have the patience to do something like that.
I knew it'd make both of you very happy.
Yeah. Thanks, Connie.
You're welcome, honey.
Man, I wish there was cantilevers at this particular crossing. Like if it wasn't for the signals on the middle, this would have been a great candidate. If there were multiple lanes, this would have been a great candidate for cantilevers. And if like you remember what the cantilevers are, the signals with the overhead lights?
I don't know.
With the larger mast and that has an overhead arm platform where overhead lights would go. Oh, the train's stopping.
Something's wrong.
There was one day we were probably an hour late to a birthday party because the train kept going back and forth and back. It was
I've seen something like that before. I mean,
I think something came undone or something.
I don't know.
that was one quick stop. Usually locomotives don't stop that fast.
Maybe, like I said, because he didn't.
Well, they could have stopped up there and it just took a while and we're only just noticing this part.
Yeah, that could be it.
The black one in front of you, Mom, is a long tank car.
Yeah?
Much longer than my small, Lego octane oil tank car.
Yep.
Oh, he's going backwards.
Oh no.
I figured you'd react to that after the sum you said a second ago.
Oh well.
I think those are Safetran lights. I hadn't been at this crossing up close and personal in a while. But because the last time I've been so close to this crossing, I was literally at the signal walking to Evansville.
Oh,
because in fact, when I'm actually on the sidewalk at an at-grade rail crossing, at an active grade crossing, I'm usually very careful, and I usually try to watch out. I wonder how long this is gonna be.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, when I was at St. Joseph's, I remember in the rain, I saw BNSF trains were going super fast.
Well, really.
Yeah, very. Like,
Fast.
very. I don't know the MPH.
So maybe you see you don't know the precise speed, but you know they're fast. Gotcha.
I don't know how fast they were going in terms of miles per hour or meters per second, but I know General Electric locomotives like the AC 4400 CW and the AC 6000 CW, which the two they're similar, but they're not identical. They have the same front, which they were later replaced by the Evolution series, which the Evolution series line that General Electric produced, which BNSF has a lot of Evolution series locomotives too.
Now, they got stopped, and now they're slowly going forward.
Is that the front of it right there? Doesn't look like the front.
No, the front's way up there.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see the little one.
It was because from that one train that I saw at St. Joseph's in the rain, in the weathery rain. It was cold too, but it was a breath of fresh air to see General Electric locomotives going that fast, and the engine sound was also different too.
You hear that sound, Mango? That's the sound of it jerking. Like in the Pearl Express, when they're about to move, it jerks.
Oh,
So it can start pushing itself forward.
okay.
That's how steam locomotives work. Not necessarily right onto the diesel, but for steam engines, the way they work is the more coal and water you put in, the more it has to keep pushing itself so it can pull whatever train it has, whether that be passenger or goods or freight. It differs.
Whoa! What was that?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Over there's making a funny sound.
Yeah, but like I said, something's wrong, but I didn't know what. Maybe that's...
I don't know if that's the case.
It could. Like I said, it differs. We're gonna be here a while.
What always amazes me is they're on one train. There's so many cars.
Definitely.
I
You
don't-
rarely see trains with a few cars.
in
like-
California. They wouldn't be this long.
Because that wasn't diesel, that was probably steam.
No, I'm sure it was diesel.
Diesel electric locomotives are more common than steam nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, because steam is only good
He
for
knows that. He
machines.
just really likes the steam ones.
Yeah, because I think steams are better because they need help a lot when it comes to heavy trains. Diesel engine, you could put, I don't know, maybe 17 at the front of so many cars, and they would still run perfectly with that much help.
Yeah, sometimes I've seen BNSF coal trains at St. Joseph's where there's two or three diesel electric locomotives on the front, and then there's like 2 or 3 or 4 on the back. I remember seeing something like that before. And it's rare that you would find that on standard freight trains like this.
I don't hear that funny sound anymore. It wasn't fixed, but I still don't know why it's not moving anymore.
And for whatever reason, like diesel electric locomotives, they kind of sound like I used to think General Electric diesel electric locomotives sound creepy when they run. But I guess I actually started taking a liking to the sounds that they actually make, not the horns, the engines, because they actually it was funny too. And I originally thought it was BNSF's GE locomotives, but I was wrong. Union Pacific. There was some that Union Pacific had. CIT. I remember seeing a CIT, and I actually also remember seeing a CIT AC 4400 CW locomotive, which was the Evolution Series ES 44 AC predecessor. And I have seen some First Heritage BNSF GE locomotives too. Right after Burlington Northern and Santa Fe actually fused together. Like it was crazy, and I've actually seen, just surely enough, the tracks were owned by BNSF, were actually part of BNSF's transportation grid. But I've seen locomotives, mainly GE, like from other brands like Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern. I forget, like I gotta look that. CIT rail. Now I only seen one AC 4400 CW from CIT and one electromotive diesel locomotive and one CIT locomotive that actually had the logo on there, but except it actually was manufactured by electromotive diesel. But I actually like GE's diesel electric locomotives because their engines sound cool or scary, depending on the way you look at it. Sometimes they may. Oh, sorry, Josh.
No, it's okay, you go.
And sometimes when they're actually, especially when they go fast, they actually sometimes sound like ghosts.
What, Josh?
One time, me and my dad were at railroad crossings very much like this, but the train that was going by, it wasn't a freight train. It was an Amtrak train.
Oh,
But it was going backwards.
No, it's going the way it was.
No, I'm talking about the Amtrak train. Me and my dad saw it was going backwards, where the locomotive was in the back of the express cars, and it was making the express going front because the engine was going backwards, and it was going forwards, but in the opposite direction on the same line.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I actually saw, it was unbelievable how BNSF was sharing with Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern. Norfolk Southern does not serve in Wyoming. They serve, I can't remember where they serve, but they serve right there in the same area where CSX serves, like in the Florida, somewhere in the south, I think, where CSX and Norfolk Southern is more prevalent to appear. Norfolk Southern, like, you know how BNSF has orange and black color scheme?
No.
You'll actually see that on their more modern locomotives, starting from their First Heritage.
Okay.
And if you actually, and there's also Norfolk Southern has a black with black and white color scheme. The most of the locomotives are black. And then CSX is yellowish, grayish blue. Yellow, gray, and blue somewhere mixed together. And Union Pacific is yellow. Is mostly all the way yellow.
Okay.
And I think sometimes diesel engine can be either green and sometimes gray, but I don't think I've ever seen BNSF locomotive that's black.
Well, actually, I said BNSF's color scheme is orange, yellow, and black.
But no, I meant fully black. Like the entire locomotive is literally black. I don't think I've ever seen one like that yet.
Well, you'll only see that with Norfolk Southern, and a lot of Norfolk Southern's diesel electric locomotives have instead of having their headlights on the front next to the driver door, they're actually at the top above the windows in the center.
Cover your ears.
But are also vertical as well.